Hi everyone, today I'm going to go over some of the main parts of my version of Hard to Handle. It's been easily my most requested tutorial to do for one of my acoustic covers. I can't cover all of it because a lot of it I was improvising and a lot of it I change from time to time when I perform it. But I'll go over everything I can and hopefully you can kind of incorporate it into your version if you want to do a cover of it. So I start the tune by playing that piano and bass line, and then the brass comes in the second time round, so it's this thing, right? So all I'm doing is just playing the A, the open A, and doing a slide from the C into the C sharp, so 3 to 4. And then the open D, and then the top part of the line is that E note on the second fret of the D string. And then the second part is just the open D down to that C note. And I'm doing a little blue note on that C note there. So play the whole thing. And then I can play the A chord on the end. You can do that too if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'll play a little bit slower. Then the last time I hold on that blue note to get into the first chord of the tune, that A chord. So for the most part in the verse I'm just playing an A chord and, like I said, 16th notes in the right hand, and you can play it like this if you want. I'm playing it way more complicated than this, but you can play it like this with just an emphasis on the 2 and the 4 if you want to be able to sing over it like this. Something like that. So doing that little blue note on the C sharp, oh, the C to the C sharp. So yeah, mostly vamping on the A and then getting that kind of blue note on the C to that kind of half C sharp note. So in my version, I'm doing a lot of kind of filler under what I'm playing. And it's mostly based around the pentatonic scale. I'm playing a few different things in there. But essentially it's like if you want to think about it like really under the microscope, it's kind of these notes. Yeah, so your A minor pentatonic would be like this. And I'm kind of adding in that B and that F sharp there. I'm doing a lot of blue notes in that part of the tune and kind of sliding between a lot of the notes, something like this. I'll play it nice and slow. I know it's hard to grasp, but you know, that part, those things I'm doing, you can kind of copy what I'm doing there, but it's mostly down to the player. You know, if I break down all the kind of muting and stuff I'm doing, that would be a whole other video, which I might do at some point. And in this part of the tune, with the right hand, I am playing a lot of just 16th notes, you know. If you really want to break it down, that's kind of what I'm doing with the right hand. So in between all those filler things I'm doing, I'm also playing that brass line from the tune, which is just E and G to D and F sharp. So I kind of play the filler the first time and then play the brass line the second time round and then do the same thing again, something like this. So you can play it like that, or you can just play the vamp on the A, and then play the brass line. So on the last line of those that first part of the verse, instead of playing the A chord down there, I'm playing it up here, because then I'm kind of playing this run down, and this is another part that I can't really explain because I'm playing lots of chromatic notes, but they're all within that kind of area of kind of A blues scale, A pentatonic, Mixolydian, kind of however you want to look at it. I'm always improvising that bit, but there's a few little staples that I do each time, and I'll try and go over them now. So something like this. Then I always try and get in that G and F sharp blue note kind of thing at the end. And to get down to that E chord, I'm kind of messing around a lot with A and D, and playing a lot of kind of blues scale stuff there. You know, I'm just improvising there, you know, it's not in time or anything, but I'm just kind of explaining kind of what I'm doing, so. Something like that. But like I said, I change it every time. I'm just playing it there to kind of demonstrate the kind of walk down I'm doing to get to that E chord. Something like that. Again, I'm not playing it in time or anything, I'm just kind of playing the bare licks there just to kind of show you what I'm doing. But I'm always doing that, that bend on the G and the F sharp to get down to the E. So you could improvise and then finish your phrase with that little thing, just to get down to that E chord. And on the E chord, I'm playing an E7. I'm not really playing the low E because I just kind of want to keep it a bit brighter and a bit punchier. I'm kind of doing something like this. So I'm going between an E7 and an E9 up there just to give it a bit of momentum, you know. That James Brown thing. So I'm putting a lot of emphasis on the 2, as you can hear. And I'm always playing 16th notes, and I'm actually muting a lot of it when I'm going up to that E7 there. Not playing really any notes at all. And then for the stab, I'm just playing like a D over G. It's probably not like it is on the record, but that's kind of how I play it when I'm playing it live. So I'm going that. I'll play the E into that section. Because I like to get that hammer onto the A. You know, I just like the sound of that. It's kind of why I've gravitated towards playing it like that. So the first time round, it's got the vocal break, of course, and only the first time round it's going. It's got that D to E, and I'm just playing, it might look a bit strange if you don't know about inversions, but I'm playing just a D first inversion. So it's like a D without the bass note. And then doing the same thing, sliding up to get the E chord. And then it's just got, well, I'm playing it, I'm just playing a D over G, and then playing that first inversion again. So like something like this. Just to get back to that A chord. So I'll play it again. So you can kind of add a few more notes in there if you want, a few more ghost notes just to make it a little bit more funky. Something like that. I change it every time I do it. Well, not every time, but I change it up quite a lot when I'm playing solo gigs and stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about the solo. I can't really explain exactly what I'm doing. Again, I change it every time. I'm improvising a lot during that part of the tune. But there's a few things I do every time, and I'll try and go over those now. So again, a lot like that section earlier on in the tune, I'm just playing around a lot. I'm vamping essentially on an A7, you know, giving emphasis on the 2, and then using filler from within the pentatonic or blues scale, mixed lead in, like I said, whatever you kind of want to approach that part of the guitar. But we're playing it over this A7 chord, and I'm just improvising over the top of it. So I'm kind of vamping on the first part with an A7, and then playing filler afterwards, something like this. Something quite cool you can do with that A7 chord, you can hammer on those notes, and it kind of gives you that blue note feel going between the major and minor. So the minor third there, major third there. Going a lot between the A7 and the D there. And also sliding into the triad there, and also hammering on to the third. But you've also got the whole blues scale underneath your fingers there, and your pentatonic and stuff like that. You know, I know I'm playing ridiculously fast, but you know, it's just all there. You can play whatever you want in that part, as long as you kind of, as long as you've kind of grounded that first part of it with the A7. It's kind of open. You can play what you want after that. So that's the first bit of that solo, and then for the second part, I'm usually creating a little bit of suspense by doing this and going from a G7, G sharp, A flat 7, whatever you like, and then up to A7 like this. So I'm kind of doing the thing from the A7 to the D. So that's part of it, and then I'm hammering on the 7th chord for the G7, the G sharp, A flat 7, whatever you like, and up to the A7. And I'm finishing the solo exactly the way I would finish the phrase in the end of the chorus. So I'm doing some kind of run, something in the vein of what I was playing in the solo to get down to that E7 chord, so something like this. So something similar to what I was doing at the end of the chorus. I'll play something again, a little bit slower, just to kind of give you the idea of what I'm kind of doing there. And then after that E chord, you know, I play the stab the same as I would at the ends of the choruses. But instead of the vocal there, of course, there would usually be dead air, so I'm just kind of playing some funky notes in there. Just I make it up different each time to get back to the start again, so something like this. So that's the best way I can think to describe most of what I'm doing in that tune. I know I'm doing lots of kind of crazy stuff in there that I can't quite explain unless I go into huge detail about just my general approach to playing, because a lot of it is just me and kind of just what comes out spontaneously. So I hope that clears up most of what everyone wanted to know about this tune. I really hope it helps you enjoy playing this tune more, and you add it to your solo set, add it to your band set. It's just a really fun tune to do, and everyone loves it when you put it out at a gig. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just message me via my website, or go to my Facebook page, whatever you want to do, and you'll get through to me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Cheers, thank you.